When it rains, it pours, guys. Life has been insane. And no, I'm not just talking about Diablo Immortal content, but you know what? We are still here able to bring you what's breaking in space because we have more news coming at you guys from the Chinese blog. I've brought you, I believe it's 2 articles so far, and this is the 3rd, all in broken English, but kind of put back together thanks to Google Translate. Man, we're gonna go through this one together here today, as I am really just trying to keep everything together here, guys. But we have the Tower of Disaster is full of dangers. The new version of Diablo Immortal Magic Tower Conflict will launch on the 30th. All right, this isn't new. We know that on the 30th something is coming. We know that there's been a lot of hype around it, specifically on the Chinese blog page that we're on today. Now, we've gone through all this. None of this is new. This is obviously the tower that we've been talking about. Now we have Previous Life, the Great Nephilim, the magnificent view of the Talon Moat. All right, so now this type of a moat that's being mentioned here as well. It says, in ancient times, Nephilim were the first generation of human beings who were born of mixed blood of angels and demons. If you didn't know what the Nephilim were, well, now you do, because that's what they are. This is all really a bunch of lore right here, which we're gonna just continuously kind of sift through for nuggets of information. Take a look at this image right here. Let me zoom in for you a little bit. This looks like some kind of a like an arena type thing, right? Like it's a monk in a little circle of sanctuary, but it looks like there could be something more there. We're gonna have to kind of unpack that over time, really see what it's really about. All right, we have past erosion of the dark forces, birth of the Tower of Calamity. It's a common sense in the world that prosperity must decline and things must reverse. There's no eternal prosperity nor long-term decline. As time went by, the mortals were no longer satisfied with guarding the tower and began to convey the powerful magic power, as used the power that should be guarded in the city on themselves. All right, maybe I'm reading that wrong, or maybe it's just difficult to read, one or the other. It looks like there's something more here for immortals, and if you look at the next picture right here, this image is right down where when you're doing the shadow stuff. That's like the Hall of the Shadows. So I'm wondering if this is another shadow versus immortal style event. I spoke about it yesterday and I didn't think it was. I thought it was like a new boss, which I think is happening. I think a new dungeon or a new boss is coming. We talked about that yesterday. But here it looks like there may be some type of another shadow versus immortal event. Kus, who lost the protection of magic, also lost the glory of the past, gradually declined and finally turned into ruins, forgotten by people in the long river of time. And the once prosperous and magnificent city was completely become a legend. All right. It was said, and again, more lore here, but we're trying to figure out what it means. It was said that there never was a city of Kus, nor any ancestors of the Nephilim, and that perhaps it was only a fictional golden age that never existed. However, is that really the case? All right, now we have the life. The relics of the Nephilim are now in the world, and the power of the magic tower is coveted. Today, this is a little messy here. Today, a relic from the Deodessa era suddenly appeared, allowing people to gradually understand the mystery of the magic tower. All right, now this is a great image down here. I actually really like that. It's going to be part of the thumbnail. They were supposed to disappear with the fall of the ancient city of Kus, and they were gradually corrupted during the long years of fighting against the darkness and became towers of disaster. The mystery of the mighty power has attracted adventurers, Shadow Society, and immortals throughout Sanctuary. The dispute surrounding the magic tower has kicked off. So this is what makes me believe that this is another PvP style thing. Warriors from various factions come to an island in the Sea of Storms and obtained a way to enter the hanging tower by investigating the ruins built with huge stones on the island, so as to discover more ancient secrets. In the underground magic tower, there was a former Nephilim, and there were also powerful and uncontrollable forces. Adventurers rely on their strength and wisdom to activate the underground stone pillars and obtain the distribution map of the magic tower. Again, speaking of this map, all camps around the power of magic tower start an eternal dispute. The Tower of Disaster is full of dangers. Now that sounds more like the dungeon that we spoke of, but okay. Adventurers, the task of exploring another world is urgent. Let us shoulder the mission and set off again. All right, looks like they're shouldering that mission right there. On March 30th, the brand new version of Diablo Immortal, Magic Tower of Conflict, is coming. Ruins of ancient times reappear in the world. The truth behind the mysterious Magic Tower is gradually revealed, and the thrilling adventure begins here. Adventurers, let us wait and see. That's all they're giving us right there. It seems like, from what they were talking about, the lore of the Immortals, and seeing that we have the Shadow Assembly area and all that down here, I'm wondering if they're adding another Shadow versus Immortal type event inside of the game. I would prefer it be something else, but it is, I do welcome another activity, like another PvP style thing with Shadows and Immortals. Just because it's kind of limited what we do there now. That would be cool. You know what I really would like to see, though, are just some more casual open world clan versus clan battles. Like in other MMORPG style games, you can just kind of go out and wage war upon someone else, and it's kind of fun. You just go and fight, and you guys see who's the strongest, bragging rights and all that, but there's no like story behind it, or no story that's actually written in the lore. It's maybe your own story that you're creating. I'd love to see something like that, but it looks like this is going to be something much more scripted along the lines of Shadows and Immortals, a different stage filled with dangers. Very difficult to read this stuff and to really see what is actually coming, because it doesn't say what is actually coming. And in the English blog post, well, there are none. So we should know soon enough, and when I know, you will know. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Make sure you subscribe, because I put out videos whenever the info drops, which could literally be in an hour from now, and you don't want to miss the noto. I'll see you there.